So all those bolts, there's one, there's one. So all those have to be placed. The aluminum sheet has to be where you need it because it has to meet up on the ends right, and those bolts have to be in the right place on the sheet, the wood, and everything. And then for the dados to fit, I mean, you don't have much room for play there. That has to fit perfect the way they join together. You can't be like a 1/4 inch off. You can see the lines in that one where I drew a pencil line. So I had to dry fit everything, and I'm putting the skeleton back together permanently, and you can see the fasteners. There's the stainless steel screws that go into the brackets there. So, and that's underneath too, and notice the aluminum sheet runs right underneath the those brackets, those angle brackets with the Phillips head screws. And how do you get those threaded in without poking a hole through the aluminum sheet? So I had to scoot the aluminum sheet. You can see where it's split. Actually, it's hard to see where it's split. There's the split line. Boy, it's hard to see on the camera. There's a little more defined. So there are two sheets that are kind of overlapping in the center, and I have to move the sheets away towards this. Away from the edge and towards the center. So I have to bring them together so that I can go underneath the trailer and fasten all those fasteners. So without drilling holes through the aluminum, because I didn't want to drill all those holes. That would kind of look tacky. Plus they'd fall out eventually, you know, if they work themselves loose. So it's been a little bit of a challenge, and this is what the skeleton looks like. And here's the floor that I did years ago, and you can see, and that piece that runs, where am I here? That piece that runs along here, that's the old part of the frame, the skeleton, and then these pieces here are all new, including this one too. So a lot of the floor needed to be redone. All of the floor needed to be redone. So that's where it is, and what I have to do now is finish putting the screws into some of these brackets. You can see there that I haven't put some in. All the ones on the bottom are put in, but I still need to do the sides. And what else do I need to do? Well, I need to put the insulation in that will go between this area here. But I think it'll be pretty strong. And it's nice. One thing I like is it's nice having this runner go this way, because originally on the original factory design they went this way, which made it easy for construction, because then you don't have to cut dados and that, because that takes time, that's labor. So but for some reason it seems to work better for what I'm doing to run them this way. And it gives full strength to the floor. I don't need to add any more support to the floor, because the plywood, you know, is pretty thick, so it's strong. So it worked out pretty well. I showed you the skeleton yesterday, and so today I'm putting in the insulation. And basically that's that reflective bubble wrap insulation, and I'm putting that down first on the side, the aluminum bottom. So there's the aluminum between the 2x6 and the 2x4, and this is bubble wrap on this section on top of the aluminum, and then I put the actual fiberglass. Now when you compress insulation, fiberglass insulation, it actually loses R value. So I'm compressing it down considerably. So it's going to be more just for cushioning sound, and it'll add a little more R value to the bubble wrap insulation, but I'm not going to be getting anywhere near an R13 just because of the fact that I'm compressing the fiberglass insulation so much. The real challenge today will be getting the plywood flat. This insulation is very poofy. It puffs up, and it's going to take a lot of force to push that plywood down. But anyway, and there is insulation under this floor. The only thing I don't have on the front half is the reflective insulation, but the fiberglass is underneath this floor here. So I'm just replicating it, adding a little more insulation with the bubble wrap reflective insulation. Okay, so that's it, and I'll show it when the plywood is in. I'm only putting in one sheet today because I know it's going to be a lot of work getting it in. But that's what it looks like. I'll go to the back and do a front view. So there you go. This is from the back. And both these sheets are going to be hard to put in. Equally difficult. And right there I just kept stacking the reflective insulation because that's where the floor heater goes. So, plus that stuff's pretty good fire resistant. It doesn't actually catch on fire. So let's get this sheet in, and then I'll show you when it's all done. I mean the sheet for today. This is the back section. I put in the plywood yesterday, the front, well actually the middle piece I guess. So the middle piece is in. Anyway, I'm just panning so you can see it. And there's the heater tray. So this is the back sheet framing for the back sheet, and those little square, actually they're not little, but those square chunks of plywood is a spacer for between the floor and the aluminum, and that one is for the shower pan, and it's the drain for the drain pipe that will go through the floor. This one is for an access hole to run mic wires or whatever kind of wires that need to go through, and that's a spacer. So hopefully when I lay down the plywood the holes will match up. I taped it. You can see tape on the bottom and the right. Hopefully I'll be able to move it around. That duct tape is actually pretty strong, and this one's kind of set anyway, but this one might need to be moved. And then that corner triangular piece is for, I'll go outside here and